So let's move on to Jupyter Notebook. So you can use both IDLE and Jupyter Notebook. We have one more software called PyCharm. You can also do with your program in PyCharm, and also we can do our codings in Visual Studio. Also, we have an option for that. Okay. So in Jupyter Notebook, if you guys are going to write 4 or 5 line codings, the minimum line coding, you can use Jupyter. So if you go with multi-line, more than 20 or more than 100, we'll go with PyCharm and Python ideally. Okay. So now first we will see what is comparison operator. Okay. So first we will see uh, equal operator. Okay, so equal, how to find your equal here, and the boolean operation uses uh, very much in here. Okay, so now I'm going to compare to equal to. So you have to use two equals for comparing two elements, because if you give one equal for comparison, and the Python takes uh, uh, the user going to create a variable, or uh, so the Python takes as a variable assignment. Okay, so if I run this, I get an error. Okay, so you cannot assign a literal, because you cannot assign a or you cannot create two as your variable, right? So here you have to give two equal for comparison. Okay, so here, run this, I get true. Okay, so then here I have to give two equal 3, and I get false. Okay, then we'll go with the not equal operator, unequal operator. Okay, here I'll give 2, and you have to give exclamatory symbol. After that, you have to give your equal, and this symbol is called uh, not equal symbol. Okay, so here I'm going to compare 2 not equal to 2, that is false, and if I compare 2 not equal to 3, that is true, I get true. Okay, and so you can also compare your string values here, string letters here. So here I'm going to give Sam and equal to Sam. I run this, it is true. So if I give capital S for left side string, and small lowercase is for right side, I run this, I get false. Okay, because this string and this one is different, right? Here we have capital S, and here we have small s. Okay, next you can compare your int and float numbers here, like 2 equal. You can compare like this, we get true, and we can't do like this. Okay, so that is string, and this one is integer, we get false. Okay, then next we'll go with the greater than and less than operator. Okay, then I'm going to give 2 greater than 1, I get true, and I give 2 less than 1, I get false. Okay, then we have 2 more operators, one is greater than or equal to, and another one is less than or equal to. Okay, so you have to give like this, 2 greater than or equal to 1, and run this, it is true, because one is less than two, one is lesser value when we will compare to 2, right? and after that here give 2 less than or equal to 1, so it gives false. Okay. Mm. Next we'll go with logical operators. Somebody can know what is logical operator? So we have studied in our UG lessons like AND gate, OR gate, and NOT, XOR. Okay. So here we have three logical operators. One is AND, OR, and NOT. Okay. So we can create a chain of comparative operators by using this logical operator. Okay. We will see how to create chain comparative operators. Okay. So here I give 2 less than 1 less than 2. Okay. And run this, it is true. Here I have to give two comparisons in here. We can give like this. Okay, I get true. uh, so here I'm going to change less than equal to greater than. So you can see here, so 2 and 3, this statement is correct, and here this one is false, right? So run this, I get false. Okay. So here you can use logical operator to resolve this. Okay. So I'm going to use an operator. So here I give 1 less than 2 and 2 less than 3. So an operator is used to using 2. Uh, it checks both conditions. If the both condition are true, and it will give true. Otherwise, the AND operators not works, right? So next we'll go with OR operator. So here I give 1 less than 2 and OR. Here I give 1 greater than 2. The OR operator checks both 2. So if any one of these have a true value, uh, it gives true. Okay. So here we have 1 less than 2 is correct, and 1 greater than 2 is not correct. Not It's a wrong value, right? So I run this, I get true. Okay. Then after that we have one more logical operator named not. So now I give 1 equal equal 1, I check this, I get true. If I use a not operator, it prints opposite. Okay. It prints opposite to the value. So here I give not, then 1 equal to 1 equal to 1. So normally we can get true value. If I give not in front of this, I get false. Okay. Then I give 400 and greater than 500. I run this, I get false. If I give not in here, so now I run this, it's written true. Okay. Then I'll go with if and else statement. Okay. So there is a control flow logic. So uh, it's like if my tank is empty, I have to switch on the motor. In that kind of operations, you can use if condition. Okay. So now I'll explain what is if condition. Okay. So if the condition is true, okay, if the condition is true, the statement will works. Okay. So here I give print, it's true. Okay. So if I run this, I get it's true. Okay. The condition is true, and the statement which is inside the if condition, it runs. Okay. Here I give indent space from I to 1 tab. Okay. So from here to you have to give one tab. Okay, so in C and C++ programs, here we are giving curly braces for closing the condition, but here in Python we have to give just an indent. Okay, we have to give just indent. Okay, so now the print is in if condition. I remove the indent, so now the print it is not in if condition. Okay, if I give print, if I give tab, now the print is in if condition. Okay, that is the difference for other program. Okay, for C and Python. You can type here also. So here I give 1 2 3. Okay, now the print is outside the loop. Okay, now the print is outside the if condition. Okay, so I'm going to run this. Here I give false. If the condition is false, uh, the if condition won't run. Okay, so I have to change to false. I run this, we can get only this. Okay, so the print outside the if condition. Okay, so here I'm going to remove this. Now I run the if condition. Okay, so now I run the if condition, so I don't return anything, right? So because the condition is false. Okay, here uh, if the condition is true in here, so we can get this output. If it is not, we can't get any output from here. Okay, so then can use comparative operators here, like 1 less than 2. So I'm going to run this. It is true because the 1 is less than 2. So here I'm going to change 1 is greater than 2. Now I run this. I won't get any value because the condition is not satisfied in here. Okay, so here I'm going to create one variable like hungry. Okay, so equal to, here I go true. Okay, true as a value for hungry, and uh, in condition I'm going to pass the variable hungry, right? So now I run this. Before that I have to change, so I'm going to change this value, like feed me. Okay, so uh, if I'm hungry, feed me, or if my dog is hungry, feed it. So otherwise, if it is not, don't feed, right? So here I give true, uh, the dog is hungry. Then I'm going to run this. I get feed me because the condition has true value. Okay, so the condition is satisfied. So I get feed me. So here I'm going to change false. So if I run this, I won't get any value because here the condition if satisfied, it goes in, then we get feed me. Otherwise the if condition won't run. Okay, so in false condition we have an option to use like else. So we can use else for false condition. Then here we can print don't feed. Okay, so don't feed. So the hungry value is false. So now I'm going to run this. I get don't feed. Okay, so I get don't feed. Here I'm going to change true. I get feed me. Okay, this is f1 else statement. Then next we'll go with if and else statement. So we have one more option in if condition. If we need to create more number of if conditions, we can use uh, elif instead of if. Okay, so in first statement we have to use if condition, and next we have an option to use elif. Okay, so here you can pass your condition. So I delete this. I'm going to create a variable loc and equal to core. Okay, then here I give if statement. So if loc equal car, because you have to check the local loc variable is equal to car or not. Okay, here you have to give two equals. After that you have to give indent notation. Give enter. Here I'm going to print car shop. Okay, so I'm going to run this. I get car shop. Okay, and here I'm going to change bank. Now I'm running this. We get the condition is not satisfied, because if the loc equal car, uh, if the condition is satisfied, we can get car shop. If it is not, we can use else for printing this. Print the loc is not in the list. Okay, so run this. I get the loc is not in the list, because here I pass bank. In each statement we have a core as a string. Okay, so now I want to print bank shop. I can have option to create elif instead of if. Okay, so now you can pause here loc equal bank. Okay, then you have to give your indent mark. Now you can print your bank shop or banking. Okay, so now I run this. I get banking. So here I'm going to change supermarket. We can add n number of elifs in here. Okay, so and this is the format. First every first statement you have to give if, and next one you can give elif, and next you can give elif. And further, if you want to create a more number of conditions, you can use a number of elifs. Okay, in finally you can use else statement. Okay, so here I'm going to give loc equal supermarket. After that I'm going to give indent notation. Okay, so inside the condition I'm going to print a huge supermarket. Okay, so now I run this. I get a huge supermarket. So now you can pass your values here. Okay, like a car, and this I get car shop. So here I'm going to give bank, can get banking, and I'm going to give different value, like bike. Now I run this, I get the location is not in the list. Okay, so we have car and bank, and we have a supermarket here. Okay, guys, if you have any errors in here, please tell me. If not, we will move to next topic. Anyone? Bhagavi, you have any doubts in here?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. So let me move on to next topic. And so we go with input function. So input is used to getting information or getting values from users. Okay, so here I'm going to create a equal to, just you give input and give open and close parenthesis. So uh, actually it returns string values. If you want to change the value into integer, you have to give like this. Okay, and if you want to get float value, you have to give like this. Okay, so in float and open and close parenthesis, inside the parenthesis you have to pass input, and you have to give one more open and close parenthesis for input function. Okay, that's all. So normally it returns string value, so it is not necessary to give here like str like this. So just give input, it returns only string. Okay, so inside the parenthesis you can pass your string, like enter the value. Okay, so now I run this. So it looks like this, and here you have to give your input. You can give numbers, uh, float, uh, floating numbers, or strings also, because the input function returns only strings. If you want to get integer value, you have to convert the string into integer, and you have to convert string into float. Okay, so here I'm giving Shankar, then I hit shift enter. Now I'm going to check what is inside a. I run this, I get Shankar. Okay, so this is input function. You can get inputs from user side. Okay, so now I'm going to get integer value from user, and here uh, give input, and after that inside enter the number. Okay, so you can use escape sequence also here. So like slash in slash tr, you can use here. Okay, so I'm going to run this. So now you can see. So here I'm using tab function, sorry, escape sequence, tab escape sequence. Here the enter get printed. Okay, the next here I give 12 and hit enter. Now you can check your E, and on this I get 12. So here I give the letters, run this, it gives error because here I'm using int function to convert a string to integer, right? So here you have to give 12 or 100 like this. Okay, now I check a has 100, right? You can also give float function here, sorry, float data type here. So now I pass whole numbers. Okay, so I give enter. Now I check a has 12. Okay, point 0 because here I'm converting string into float. Okay, that's why it prints like this 12.0. Okay, next, so here I'm going to give input function. Okay, so loc equal to input, then enter the location you want to go. Okay, so I run this. Here I'm going to pause car and give enter so you can get car show. Okay, so I run one more time. Here I'm going to pause bank, you can get banking. Okay, so here, okay, so I just pass er, so we don't have the loc is not in the list. Okay, so you can use like in for loops, or you can get the value from users, and you can process the user value also. Okay, like here I'm going to uh, check the given number is even or not, or you will see how to get a square root from a given value. Okay, so here I just say a equal to input and enter the number. Okay, so here I have to convert into integer because I'm going to check, or I'm going to do automatic operations in here. Okay, uh, then give if condition. First we'll go with even numbers, so then a modulus operator of 2, then after that you have to check the remainder is 0 or not. Okay, then print the given number is even. Okay, here you can pass your variables. Okay, so here I pass a because uh, I get a user value by using a variable. Okay, here I'm going to give yes, then print. If we have any value in here, okay, so it goes to else statement, then it prints the value. The given number is odd. Okay, here you can pass your a. So I'm going to run this. So here I pass triple one and hit enter. The given number is odd number because we have a one remainder, right? Then I'll check one more time. Here I pass 112 and uh, it is even number, right? So the given number is even. Then we get the number here. Okay. So next we will see the square root function. Okay. Uh, Here going to delete this. Okay. Now I want to check the square root value for a, right? And I'm going to declare c, and here I'll give two stars for getting square root value of a. Okay. So then here I print the sqrt square root value for, here you can pass your input using commas, and after that here I give yes. Then here you can pass your result. Okay. So I run this, I get, so first I have to give input, right? So here I give 12, I get the square root value for 12 is 144. Okay. Then next we will move on to for loops. Okay. So here yeah. So for loop is used to iterate your strings or your given value or list or tuples. Okay, it can also iterate your dictionaries. So many objects in Python are iterable, meaning we can iterate over every element in the object. Okay, such as if we have five values in list, the for loop runs five times. If we have 10 values in tuples, um, the for loop runs 10 times. The length of the string is 25, the for loop runs 25 times. Okay. So according to which variable or which value we have to pass, so we are going to pass in a for loop. Okay. So we can use for loops to execute a block of code for every iteration. The item iterable means you can iterate over the object. So object means we have already know what is object, element, and items. So in list and tuples we have uh, number of objects inside there. So the objects are separated by commas. Okay. So uh, next, so for example, you can iterate over every character in a string, iterate, and over every item in a list, and iterate over every key in a dictionary. Okay. So here you can see a equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 is a list, and I'm going to pass a in a for loop. So in for item name, that means you can pass any temporary variable in here. So instead of item name, and for item in a, okay, see here we have three elements, right? We have three elements. You can also call items and objects also. Okay. So we have three objects in here. So and the for loop runs three times. Okay. So in each time the value has stored in item name. During first iteration, that is during first loop, we can call as iteration. Okay, so during first iteration we have so the item name has one, then next iteration the item name has two, and next the final iteration the item name is the item name has three. Okay, you can see uh, here the output left side down. Okay, so the first iteration we have get one value, and second we can get two, and third we can get three. Okay, so let's move on to Jupyter Notebook. um, let's see some couple of examples for loop. Okay, so first here I'm going to create a list named A. So inside a list I have to, sorry, I am going to give 10 elements. Okay, like 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6 comma 7 comma 8 comma 9. Okay, then add one more, so 10. Okay, I run this, I check A. So now we have 1 to 8 sorry 1 to 10, totally we have 10 elements in A. Okay, so I'm going to iterate this. So for iteration here, um, I type for. After that you can give your temporary variable name. Okay, so here I give num. Okay, so after that you have to give in function. Then finally I'm going to give what a list or what tuple I'm going to iterate. Okay, then here I go A, and after that you have to give your indent notation and hit shift sorry, hit enter. You can see here. Okay, so the cursor is in here. We have one tab space. Okay, the tab space is called indentation. Okay, so you can type here, like I'm going to print num. Okay, so the print is inside the for loop. If uh, I'm going to give like this, so the print is not in the for loop. Okay, so here you can type like this. The all characters or all logics are in the for loop. Okay, so if you remove your indentation, it comes out of the loop. Okay, so be aware of this, because if you miss the indentation, it mm, goes to create malfunctions during our program. Okay, so during our execution. So here I'm going to run this. I get 1 to 10 value. Okay, so first iteration in num we have 1, and second in num we have 2, and third num we have 4, and fourth we have 5, and finally if go with 10 the iteration in num we have 10 value. Okay, so you can use num, or you can use jelly instead of num. So what variable name you want, you can use here, because it is a temporary variable. So the for loop is going to save a value in here. Okay, so in every iteration the jelly value has changing. Okay, and here I give I. So you can also print your strings in here. Like if I want to print my name in 10 times, I can use Shankar. Okay, so it is not necessary to use the temporary variable in here. Okay, so you can use any value what or with what you have to print. Okay, so here I want to print my name in 10 times, so that's why I'm using my name here. So I give shift enter, so I get Shankar in 10 times. Okay, so if you are not going to use the temporary variable, you can simply give like this. Okay, you can simply give underscore in here. Okay, so uh, I run this, I get Shankar same. Okay, so here I'm going to change the value like Hope Foundation. Okay, so I run this, I get Hope Foundation in 10 times. If you need or if you want to use your temporary variable inside the for loop, here you have to give your temporary variable. If not, you can use underscore, okay, instead of your temporary variable. So here I give I, then you can also pass your string value here. Okay, so here I give hope. So the length of the hope is 4, so the for loop runs 4 times. So for executing the for loop. Okay, so here I get 4 times uh, in hope foundation, right? So here I'm going to pause I, then I execute this. I had has hope. Okay, so I has hope in a vertical form, because in first loop we have h in I, and second loop I has O, and third loop I has P, and fourth loop I has E, right? Then we will do one program, so that is find even numbers in this list. Okay, so I'm going to find even number in this list. Okay, so here I give for I in uh, a, then give indent notation after that. So here I'm doing if statement. So I'm going to use if statement for finding even numbers in here. Okay, so here I pass I, because in each value I have to find what is even number. Okay, so I have to take each element in here. So here I'm going to use I. After that you have to give your modulus operator, then 2 and equal 0. Okay, so in here I'm going to print the even number. Okay, so here I print I. So if the I has no remainder or a zero remainder, so uh, the loop goes inside the condition and it prints I. Okay, so if I has any remainder, so the if condition is not working, so the I value is not print. Okay, so I'm going to run this. So I get 2 4 5 6, sorry, 2 4 6 8 10. So these are even numbers. Okay, so we can also add else here. So I want to see my odd number also. Okay, so here I give print, and here your even number, or just I give even here, and nil statement I'm going to give I comma odd. Okay, so in each loop it checks these two. So if has no remainder in I value, so first loop I has one, so it checks here, so we have a remainder, right? Okay, so we have a remainder and it prints uh, odd. Okay, it goes to else statement and prints odd. So then next loop we have I has two, right? So I has this element two, and it goes here and checks the remainder. The remainder has zero. Okay, so and it goes inside the for if loop, then prints even. So each loop it checks both control flow statements. Okay, so now I'm going to run this. I get, so 1 is odd and 2 is even and 3 is odd and 4 is even and 5 is odd and 6 is even, 7 is odd and 8 is even and 9 is odd and 10 is even. Okay, so any doubts in here in for loop? And this is the introduction of for loop. We have we will see a lot of examples in for loop. By tomorrow we will see some couple of examples in here. Okay, so this is just an introduction for loop. Okay, so you have any doubts in the introduction? Anyone? No doubts? Usha, do you have any doubt? Usha, you have, do you have any doubt? Okay, so the class has finished. Thank you all. Tomorrow we will see remaining part of for loop, and also I'll see what is while loop and some couple of examples for while loop. Okay, so thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
And please tell to your friends to join the class. Okay, so we have a less number of students in here. Okay, thank you all. Thank you so much. Please inform your friends to join here. Okay, thank you.